Okay, so we have learned about what exactly is the responsive web design, and we have seen some examples as well. Now the question is how we can create the responsive web designs. So to create responsive web designs, we have to use the media queries. So inside of the MDN, media queries allow you to apply CSS styles depending on a device's media type, such as print versus screen, or other features or characteristics such as screen resolution or orientation, aspect ratio, browser viewport height and width. We will see that user preferences such as preferring reduced motion, data usage, or transparency. Okay, so we can do a bunch of things by using media queries. So how we can write a media query, and in this video we will write a simple media query in our web page as well. So we will go here. So we have to do something like add and then media, and then we have to specify some sort of a condition. Okay, so here are some examples, but we will use the media queries to show different background colors or different things depending on the viewport height and the width. And in case if you do not remember what exactly is the viewport, you can see this white space here. Okay, so if I just open up the dev tools as well, and I'll just go ahead. So the white space here is the viewport. Okay, why it is white? Because in the HTML we do not have anything. Okay, all right. So what I'll do, I'll go to the HTML. Inside of the body, I'll create a box div. Okay, all right. And here what I'll do, I'll add some styles to the body. Okay, so the background color, and I can do something like blue violet by default. And for the box, I'll set a height of something like 500 pixels, width of 500 pixels. Okay, and a background color of something like brown. Okay, all right. So if I just save that and go here, okay, let me just zoom out a bunch of time. So as you can see, there we go. So we have our box here. Okay, so this is at 100%. So what I'll do for the box, I will add some margin. So margin of something like 2 rem, and I'll decrease it to something like 400 and 400 pixels. Okay, hit save. So there we go, we have our box. Now how we can add a media query? So as we have seen inside of the documentation, we have to start with add and then media. Okay, and we have to open the parenthesis and then curly braces. Okay, and inside of the parenthesis we have to add a condition. I want to show different colors for the box and for the body for different width sizes. So how I can do that? I can do that by using something like max width or min width. So max width, and I can set it to something like 800 pixels. Okay, and inside of the media I have to specify what I want to change. So for example, for the body, I want to change the background color to something like what should I choose? Okay, so let's see, coral. Okay, and for our box, so I have to select the box, and here for the box we had the background color of brown, but here I want to set the background color to something like let's do something like crimson. Okay, hit save. Now what do you think will happen? What we are saying here, we are saying like, hey, these styles which we are writing inside of this media query should kick in when our width is equals to or less than 800 pixels. Okay, so if I just save that and go to the browser, so nothing changes here. But if I just shrink down the width of this viewport to something like this, and as you can see, here we go. So as you can see, the background color changes and the box color also changes. So okay, so we are changing from brown to crimson, which is not that much good. So let's do cornflower blue. Hit save. Now as you can see, when we have the width less than or equals to 800 pixel, basically we are saying like, hey, until the maximum width of 800 pixel, use these styles, and after that use these styles. Okay, all right, so we can do something like this. Also we can do, it is the max width, we can do something like min width as well. So if I do something like this, then what should happen? Do you know that? Or do you have any idea? You might have some idea. So we are saying like, hey, whenever we have the minimum width of 800 pixels and above, use these styles instead of the styles which we have declared here. Okay, hit save and go here. As you can see, now we are having the width more than 800 pixels. That is why these styles are being applied. But if I just shrink down, and now these styles are applied because the width of the viewport is less than 800 pixels. Okay, so that is something which you can do. Then we can use multiple media queries as well. So if I just do @media and then I do min width once again and do something like 1200 pixels. Okay, and then we can change the color of the body. Okay, so now let's do the background color of something like, let's do this one. Okay, for the body, and for the box, let's do the background color of let's do dark gray. Okay, hit save. Now we have two different media queries written here. One of the media queries is this one, which has the min width of 800 pixel, and the other media query is this one, which has the min width of 1200 pixels. So if I just go inside of the browser, okay, so currently we are having the width less than 800 pixels, right? So that is why these styles are being applied. Then if I just go ahead, then we are having the width more than 800 pixels. That is why these styles are applied. And then go ahead. And then we are having the width more than 1200 pixels. That is why these styles are applied. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And this is how we can write some media queries depending on the viewport width. Okay, we can do something like with the height as well, but we rarely do the height because for all of the devices, something like a smartphone to a tablet to a desktop, most of the time the main drastic change is the width. So that is why we most of the time use the width, okay, to show some sort of a different layout for different screen sizes. Okay, but you can use the height as well, so nothing to worry about that. So this is how we can create some basic media queries.